Okay, Ghana's economy generally, and ebe swallow Nana Addo statement on way no. Ghana, as I say, make us say good for atiechia. Dollar no, and then maybe we studio may check in a be equal to 14, a be equal to 13. It looks like maybe a corner any year. We are not trying to GPRT if one so say also warm up on the increase the transport fares by 40%. We are not trying to a lot of them. In fact, it looks like the center can no longer hold system not air crashing. What do you see?
Well, Kofi, I'm seeing
what is 2 years say the air coso because coming to the studio now may check it. You see UK cry so most person already doom so bad host say yeah we'll be coming to UK and then looking at UK the holistically, but yeah share the world economy, Ghana economy, what is happening.
Kofi, it gets to a time world all over. It is very clear. You been world economic recessions. SCCBB 2015, in economic meltdown in Yamanema. However, Kofi, ours is getting increasingly over alarming. Over alarming in a way, say, the economy looks very bad. Why it looks bad? And say, I've said this here and I'll say it again. Yes, global trends or global hardship are hitting very country here. But I don't take that kind of a defensive role or defensive belt. Yeah, say, Kokoshe America, Kokoshe Germany, Kokoshe France. It is completely needless comparative analysis to do that. Because who can say, Mr. do call certain ever compare countries within Africa who are not complaining like ours. Countries within Africa, we see ourselves say, countries within other parts of Asia, I feel say we are better than that, but they are not complaining like the way we are. And then coupled with the fact that inflation at the moment is the highest. One of the highest. Zimbabwe Humbida at a point of 1,000% of inflationary rate. That was when the world was against Mugabe everywhere. British and American for crashing. That was understandable. Kofi, the Ghana's issue is not just a matter of only dollar. It's not just a matter of what the weaknesses of our city. Consistent issue economically in Ghana has to do with our income. And then our BOTs and BOPs, the balance of trade deficits that we have, as against balance and then balance of payment deficits. What are the balance of trade deficits? You ubi biya uye niwiasi kroma unyan ye ton kroma biya ya format products.
Enra me call to do them one. A man at Tom when you were almost free to go. Jomusu CFA and I say Omoko Bank Omunyan, Omoko black market to follow so increase here much as a
coffee. Ubi biya will turn kroma. Everything is imported. Listen to this.
Preko na bi kura ye twam anu se hu ya ga bi to no so se dollar no da na me say say aye kra.
Yes. Enti maka 30 million populated nation, but I will give Ghana around rough estimates of 35. Kofi, the government operates on legal taxes against civil servants and public servants. Only 600,000 people. Send or Tiwomu into Nyes can sing. Then the whole country, we have only one export and a government in Oye, which is cocoa. It is the only crop and that's the only exportable commodity. Aban Yinisika, Ebo Busia, ADB, and other banks say, may they cut off from a queer for her. Na makotonga home faso. Isn't it so alarming? Isn't it so strange? Isn't it so painful? Isn't it so disgusting? So if you continue doing that, you always have a balance of payment or balance of trade deficit. And for that matter, Ghana relies on developing partners and send it to balance your budgets. Yes, be from Holland, our permanent developing partners. Yes, be from Germans, permanent developing partners. Yes, be from UK's, the United States, the Canada, and Japan. These 6 countries, what's their budget to? Why your budgets are? Chinese, they are only your trading partner. Yes, fa we mame na me so me fama we neo-colonization tactics and I say ono there or ono ye barter trade. But with developing partners no Oma mama wo education budget 20 men budget. Holland for mama interior budget 20 men balance. German for mama with development and technology 20 men balance. Japan mama development and technology. America for mama with military budget near the 20 men balance. What country of is that? Into cocoa, let's look at it. Cheme baby a Ghana government wado cocoa onibi. Next time say if cocoa farmers of today one day and you decide say yes you better sit down. Guta for also my sit down. Thank you Guta. But when sit down it doesn't affect. The government hasn't seen it and been open. Yes, of course. We come to that. Ma cocoa farmers in Ghana. Enka say me na me cocoa no aso but mente mincha. KOFI, tell me what Ghana government can do that year. Coupled with the fact say cocoa no cry wo kwa koton. What the car what is called syndicated loan. What the loan would they quote you a workers car before say no koto cocoa nkra what is can we into do cocoa season na after na ADB susu ebe pe kakra moko koto cocoa obi 8 bags no try 6 bags utua 4 bags no get 2 bags e chemu this canaba sometimes enkokra biem. Then it becomes a cocoa politics. Yen nya yield yen the fertilizer na mamo mfanche omo yen the best pay so ye time nya 20,000 tons odi ebe ne wom kwanina ode kom ne kwa adwuma kwanina wontimi mano tractor which against the countries why is serious in cocoa production is la Côte d'Ivoire. Every community, every farmer bia wo ye large scale bia no or the tractor e dia mano or the pickup e dia mano eni amano loan into owesika. The government instructors, farm instructors, agri instructors, modernity and modern practices. Said obeguso, said obe spray. They do everything. And the government expect bumper and a higher yield. Now look at Côte d'Ivoire against Ghana. One and I leading producer of cocoa. And you now lead this out now. Côte d'Ivoire need Côte d'Ivoire cocoa board. Listen to this clearly. How many cocoa board? It's just only a management and what they manage cocoa, buy and sell, produce buying division, etc. Management. For years, Ghana take cocoa board. Omuncheme Juma cocoa board aye till today. And you Juma. Management can handle that with the bank. What from members? It be a 24 board members. KOFI obia with interest, more chest sitting allowance, board for any influence. Cocoa road, I must say, Muji budget, syndicate loan, Marty 40% cocoa road. KOFI is bullshit. I'm sorry with the grammar. Take it out. Sarcofase, Uko now will turn our export. No. When you're independent 65 years, when you're higher and older than Bangladeshi, can't we jute sacks and take 15% of your revenue? Bottle no take 15% of your revenue. Annually. Enti Ghana raw materials ya dey jute sacks bottom ebi okrom ha. Enwira no ebi wa ha, ese na ebi wa ha, ni nyina ebi wa ha. Enti cocoa board free by we ase ne board no. They have never sat down to dream and think of say yankoto machine, yankosi akura bi ase. Na ye ma adwuma, ye empam ye bottle. When the money be retained here, you give a bigger chunk of your money into from Switzerland and now wherever no now Bangladesh for the enco or in the good name say certain hierarchy way bar NDC Baya and MPP abetwaso contracting Kofi Adumaji and the NDC na Mesuma Beji and the MPP and one say echo into the beyond cocoa board no ye leakage of money na revenue na cocoa nkramian the revenue is not attainable.
Cocoa one how we are handling it into
it is because no cheap
your economy break down on
KOFI and no biggest problem because that is the only thing that gives you either than that and cheme baby a Ghana nyane dollar free. Timber is a raw material in Ghana government on to timber will be a so the timber is not yours. The timber is an individual why any timber sawmill no ko cheni duana no the abegina takrade was yes one log. Make a ton of $5,000. No, I work it. one log in $250 no to ama we come on yani timber hono gold Ghana government make them baby to gold unto gold onye royalties u gold land o concession land kura no loss no kwa wuntimi nyeye enti individual no ko to gold na ono na beba be catch us manya 10% ono na be catch us wonya 100,000 na o de ba PMMC and also the bottom Accra airport and what you know what taxing until the other befa back door on the doorson no be declare 5 kilos on the counter no you know go taxes we be to abio and share that also because we be in production anymore and to go then you're there custodian and you're there South Africa gold in government on 182 so look at the difference I've given share exportable commodity makan last time wo our cash crop or foodstuffs or BBD abrobe a competitive on the international market to be to be untimi to abrobe individuals na do abrobe European Union akati omu say Ghana abrobe nko amwa wo meanwhile no your company wa ha free European Union which I won't mention the name or ya Ghana abrobe na the conference market on daily basis adebechi the whole Europe na abrobe na sa untimi push it through your trade ministry and from per market KOFI Mexico India China Pakistan, are you getting me? Philippines, Thailand, Ecuador. Omunyina edi tomatoes your budget as main exportable income. Edi $. Where all these things are mabubodin, including other raw materials or our friend non-traditional export. I'm sorry, we are crazy. Because Cote d'Ivoire cashew nut, Ghana or cashew. Cote d'Ivoire exported about 800,000 tons of cashew. Ghana were about 500,000 tons of cashew. Bakukure nuwa government in a koto. Individuals, no their fat Cote d'Ivoire no a cotton. No Cote d'Ivoire their can of stock. A buying top cashew to sell their world to gold. Cote d'Ivoire buying export a year friend saying, I bet or to free farmer ho, and the farmer ben a bebre. It is a government in top a be palm nuts no every farmers in ho. To sell their all to cocoa every farmers in ho, and ka farmer ben and ho betre. So you are selling it outside. It is the government buying. Said the Okoto Cocoa use the same mechanism to go and sell all these crops outside, make extra dollar, extra currency, or make the foreign reserves. KOFI assembly, no. Magically, you can't perform any magic to turn the CD and the dollar around. It is not possible. KOFI, and then I'll bring that to compare with say common Togo. You call Togo say Ghana, you're ahead of them, but Togo the dollar. Against CD now against yes CFA no what ton dollar $100 $68,000 CFA KOFI over 10 years. Cote d'Ivoire $100 is about 167 68 maximum 69 for over 12-15 about 20 years country where war torn. Senegal has never increased the dollar rate against the CD against the friends against the CFA. What about Kenya? Waton ni shillings, 10,000 shillings, $200 for more than 8 years consistent. So how do you come and tell me say a global trend and will be a dollar rise? Yes, of course. So the compare Nigeria now no 800 naira to $1. I'll call it unnecessary comparison. Meaning say still Nigeria food is very cheap. Food is very cheap. So if we are talking about high cost of living, then let's talk about the standard, but let's measure the cost of living to how the Nigerians feel on the street when it comes to buying. Okotoshu are the same thing. They don't increase abnormally. Nigeria for the dollar and pressure and I was say a lot of Nigerians, they do it big. Apart from that, big. And to this can absorb from the market. But still, if you compare the cost of living in Nigeria, it is far low than Ghana. So how do you come and tell me it's a global trend? It doesn't connect economically like that. And KOFI, the biggest problem is that we don't make any income enough for the country. Then you want to turn the country Ghana into service nation. The Ghana problem is the fact that the two parties, MPP, NDC, Obiaso are the party manifesto, and your manifestos are bogus documents. It's not working. I don't know who drafted those manifestos for them. It's not working because when you read it, the whole manifesto, it doesn't make any economic sense. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. There's no economic sense in the manifesto. Because you will never see in the manifesto, whereas they develop, say, we will try our best. And I said, the government is committed, say, obey increase, obey increase the export of the traditional exports. The more you have more traditional exports. Now there will be a work maybe a non-traditional. Will be a work non-traditional. Charcoal non-traditional. And the charcoal is one of the biggest hot demanded commodity in Europe all over the world. Charcoal, Ghana, a non-traditional. And in Katama, we will say Russia, Ukraine, countries benefit under war and countries lose under war. Let us be part of the country that will be benefiting. Yewo timber, yewo Miana editimishi charcoal. Right now, do you know the demand of charcoal all over the world? Because Europe. Yes, sir. KOFI Addo, yes. Techima omshi bidena mensio togusa balok no mejan ho cry wo nure mu ho. You haven't packaged that. You haven't used the ministry. Say winning bibi Russia mo hin. Okay, omo kwa Europe. Mo mo pe bidi ato mi Ghana ya hard one bi momra. Nigeria export bidi as we speak now. Or export bidi. KOFI, salt is not one of the biggest exportable commodity. Ghana ya salt stock one. KOFI commercial volumes. You bet my manage salt in several years. You know dear hin dear BB. So you import your friend saying salt go from Egypt to the Baha. Burkina Faso you import salt. Benin we import salt. Niger we import Saharan government. Mali we import salt. Now salt they go down. Again why no? So how do you get the revenue? Foreign currency, where do you get it? To mitigate your foreign income. Nti debiano obekwa koto dollar from US treasuries. Now koto dollar from US treasuries what the bar ebe sinke because nipa no anu no jata map na bie e de twa dollar no e do so twa dollar na ebe wura mu enti ba ya nipa mienu timi kan boss say the dollar is off. And whatever economic applications are being introduced because instead of being practical we are being theoretists. The economists, Paul A. Samuelson, Adam Smith, economy, Chum, only the theory based on the economy at the time. And then I will the TSA will read it. Now, how do you get your margins and how do you set it up? You can't set up your economy based on somebody's imagination at the time over 100 years ago, 50 years ago. We will compare and we declare our country as a service nation. Say Ghana a service nation. Dubai, yes. Any product of Dubai. Product of Dubai comes from different countries. Now than any product of Singapore. Singapore was servicing people's product. No, I'm making them use the name Singapore. Let me get money and get yours. What be only waiting at Tema, any Takrade, any Avgo. Their government will apart from this cocoa. Apart from that, in the civil and the public servants, Kakrano, Nipa says 100,000 taxes. How can you, what did then happen to the economy? Until any government in Ghana, you cannot stop IMF program. Let them come with any economic policy that they feel. Because we homegrown a policy. What is your homegrown policy? Homegrown policy, and tell me, say, China, ubet my export to Kunkunte and make foreign reserves. Homegrown grown policy.
No, we are trouble. No, see, a firewood. Or see Europe, say, or being focused.
Papa, Europe they are crashing because we need be stimulation of the Russians. Where we'll come there. Yeah. Stimulation of the Russians. We will train. I'm a winter na cruise. Every November, every December, they will shut the supply of the gas to Europeans to tighten the Europe and the NATO member countries, more. Where would you go? And the Europeans now for against say, "Oh, here, ja, a great Mexico." But Western countries are now say that the American hemisphere also on turn in Yemen because they are also taking care. Do you understand me? How does it work? Say you don't take advantage of certain situation. You are crying over certain situation. Who does that? Because say, I give you example last time Kenya. Say dairy products, milk, maybe be a call European if we Kenya. And to America no kontokwane nkoso. Share Ethiopia ne coffee asa. Into Ethiopian market, Ethiopian your friends a coffee market. It is now so be akra to mika kokodo coffee. And today nyama na obebu sound say usu betim dey free had akọ a obetimato. And what do you do? Our trade ministry. What do you really do? na Ghanaians and Casamino what me talk you said you will say what's the name mango shaking tampo so what a documentary Salo mango no ni nyina pro etigo etimi soa na dua ni nyina abu na egu form what's a non traditional export watermelon ada ekwam ho egu osa odua mango bi e ndi mango but European shops hwe omukofa avocado eye pe kitwa bi achinchin dindindin the free quarter ni ayi your friend say El Salvador ni San Salvador ni Colombia am na de ba Europe hwe Kenya for introduce green gold ayi omu pe no e water ensuo nkwa na temanya de ba kokora be ko hwe KLM omu cargo flights more than 6 a day any two free ho more than 6 a day and your friend say flowers edeko more than 6 a day and or the milk echo more than 6 a day yeah blue margarine some margarine you know what I say blue and yellow no how many years in Nana Kofi Kenya for produces adian how many years na Morocco for send export titles sardine titles how many years na Mauritania auton fish edema Europeans now the export nkwa no train ba cocoa apart from cocoa Ghana government share our export you take only levy on people who are individually exporting without supporting anybody Kofi, that is where we have the problem and I can understand said the economic team of the country repeatedly they do the same mistake not all the time no, dollar politics Kofi, let me advise them there's nothing that stops the government to do what is called currency integration. What is the meaning of currency integration? Dollar no and amount ho chiro. Say dollar no why higher than even euros. Say dollar because na their basic economy. Thank you. And also can be bad. So is it difficult to go back to what Zimbabweans have done? Wa purge the currency no and require integration of the currency to US dollars. Me pa cho misika no enye adwuma biom. Enti America dey mama be joining. Nothing stops you. There are about 14 countries around the world that were purging dollar integration. Because we are all country be answer. We are too arrogant, we are too funny, we seem not to understand anything. Econometrics, simple economic practices. We need ajuna sometimes. Sorry for the emotions. Ewo mutim. We see kana bad. Kofi, between today and December, dollar will hit not 20 Ghana cedis margin. Now Kofi, and no 13 galloping 2 times a day, 3 times a day, a channel 14.1, a bedroom we are 14.2. Think of it in the next 2 months. Because Kofi, once again, amount for Oscar, I will make see. The dollar is rising. There is no mitigation in terms of say government in dollar in return. Niko syndicated money no enya mewu mu emaye NSS kan ba ahe endi hwe nipa na HAC again Christmas time will be due. So the market women going out sanye China kwa na nyame aya wo mato mo borders man kofo ntimi nkwa enka dollar nka du 30. Do you get the point? And they say no the higher demand for traders are what $2. No, they are called a bank. No, of course, send $, because Ghana Bank would see this couture. So when I send $, they will not give you because we need that corresponding bank value. No, or the other side. In 2021, this is the same. Into here $, into bia or two or $, or $2 will street so. At the cotton a bank. Now a transfer is in dollar at the account. Na bank na no ono no then waje transfer charges in the $35. No asage corresponding bank fees about $15, $40 no the call. Enti amount for chase dollar. And a dollar needs to be emamu. And uncle phone be susu wo cedis. And to the cedis ni chase dollar no. How do you arrest it? Yes, aban ya bibia ya shetoniama eniama abatoto Kofi
president say omokochichi black market of
Kofi omye no a business omji omsika and omdi omsika ma wo mu because you can't sit here and tell me say excuse me quote unquote buzuni anazamamani ana Hausa a wote Accra market no ono na ma economy look bad no ono de a business a wo ye and went man stop no and ogusu ye na djuma yan say otosika no aton sika me pa cho wo legitimize o forest bureau. However, Ghana government will say we cut this issue. How many forest bureaus in the country? More than 30,000. So more than 30,000 forest bureaus. So dollar ne ba and a free cocoa board and a syndicated loaner. Chesa dollar ne ma omya licensed forest bureau. Famo obia Kofi a best suppress dollar within a day because obia bet makoha kutubi. Oto Hanesan how be Oto Hanesan how be and watch around the country. The way I cost no cry, even more $2 is you say enyi kakra no. Do you get it? And yes, to minim is the business of today. Because we be $10,000 anopa. You are your friend say 130,000 Ghana. Within a couple of 3, 4, 5 hours, no $10.13.5. Look at the margin. Oh, we are not this kind of turn around. Oh, we are not this kind of turn around because from 6 cities. Etima rise up between 30 now. When do you tell me? Because it can never come down to 10. Never anymore in the history of Ghana. You can't bring dollar to 10. You can't bring dollar to 9. In the 13 you can do your best by say overhang no 13 not to bring it down. It is the way. Dollar nya rise you don't stop it.
Ba umi o here.
Pacho enu de oh what you going?
Ba umi o. Na say me hu ne story bi o say Ghana. You check toilet facilities or more media by
sustainable development goals. Your mama Daniel House public toilets into your man for Benya.
It's from 30% to 55%.
Made the vice president as because a man for defecate when you are Munadoso and $1 into your Mabibia bon. How does it work? Say a chrome her. O koto Gary means be work on a beam. And I'm in to be. Says so come I mean also beans in quantify BM. Alaji there be say me 5 billion. Adan o say dollar. Share me beans you run $1 we use. Share me bread ewura bread say tin bread 15 Ghana cedis. Share me ono no bi ando because say ono say imported flour. Abra Kofi yes you want everything cereal be the flour be ebu okroma. Also we try Russia Ukraine flour. Enu amanti na ho akiro. Kofi in conclusion and as putting the economy back together the problem is nothing but our own problem is our own making. It's a domestic issue. The simplest term is said the country economic managers they should stop immediately turning the country into the service nation. If you want to turn the country into the service nation like Dubai you must have what it takes to have a lot of things. One, social services must be right, or transportation network will be here. Ghana transportation network Uber kura ba ha say boat ba ha say ufre Uber kura na onu bisa ba bia wo se traffic ni ha onko untimi control ye obi to UK no for Uber. Can you ask the client say where are you going? Seriously? Onu na din sika no from where are you going? There be ose cancel na be memfa ho o fa na jo osemapon o fa na wia o se ho menko. So nyate se traffic wo hope airport ni ade or wait I'll be there. You see, ubi bia no function to that order because a monopolistic system inti company bia kwa na baba ha corporate wise no ye de ope hwe at the rate of some of these companies ontima upscaling pricing anytime as how they want it because a certain fuel prices had gone up. In Ghana, the moment I be touch it transport sector, I can't be yes. I'm not surprised. Say GPRTU say almost 40%. Of course, I will fuel no about 40%. In terms of qua, so
who said nedu 13, 14.
Na member Gutaso.
Yes.
Guta say the members in court. To shop. Kofi amazingly, it will not work. It wouldn't fly. Ebi amakola o kan shi work akran and abenya shops. Aboso kan wa 2 half baakum na ote baako ote ho o de part mba oje akodem akoyi abro Guta wo ye police and wa kwakochu obi ni shop again a Guta any government here to the extent if Guta wants the Ghana government to take them serious it's high time e do Guta elections are devoid of government's involvement government be a back room ha all the throughout the Fourth Republic, 8 governments no. Omo ahokeka TUC any guta any Ghana National Association of Teachers. TUC will not talk because they force them to compromise. Into the authority, the higher rank, no, omo kwanya di jishe omu sema, eno trade union congress wankasa, guta then a guta bit my. Yes, I respect them. I like their speeches that they will be. Ye say, and a member, sime pacho, member ben a guta etimako guarantee loan, the man so mfanye juma. Na obi to kanshi, not on granta there, when you be the man a Marco school, ye BBA school no. Now waka chance want to shop it will not fly. Guta members in Kwano, Oma mo call for the short of the closure of shops no. Omi na baby shops. KOFI, Guta, how do you affect Obi Otimata Eko? Our autumn provisions. How does it affect Obi Otim Medina Market autumn provisions? How would do you expect them to support or to? They cannot. And the government now who say Guta no Kwano won't me bite until they don't care. Until Ghana for governments no now no Oma still full. They don't care. And then a demonstration, Ghana demonstrations, and Yumba Coupe, ye niabre ko jamba ko no. Ube you know ma tuni nyina gu for masa ye krom fi no bi akwa akoda. Na wie.
Ye niabre ko tuni ko janto for ye ho fi anoko.
Oko. Oba hanom ti bia bai wo kwa ho nyina ma na nya market o matwa bia obi oba ebe demonstration afight for ebe onum bia tuni ko jara tu agu the placards be ko na ni nyina agu form to KOFI we have a serious problem. The country action now, I do not take the defense of the government all the time. Ukraine, Russia, COVID, please me pacho abba COVID was a pandemic. But I can say your countries from the continent of Africa or more COVID they are making sure say economy koso Ethiopia or yen economy Morocco or still consistent, Algeria or very consistent, Egypt or yen production or yen export were very consistent to the sense or export to even weapons quite the Europeans were very consistent. These are the things that find where you will get your money when you have enough money for your country to hell with the consequences of the rise of the other part of the world. You will be able to have money to buy. It is as simple as that. When the culture says Israel is soft, when the culture says Saudi Arabia is soft, when the culture says Brunei is soft, when the culture says Qatar is soft, all these countries with their money surplus or budget surplus, but also call IMF or budget surplus or call World Bank, it does not make them poor. It's just only a policy. Also, per se yes, me just can be. There's one who said me susu me jibi, because me dibi susu ma. It's as simple as that. Now, dear, every blessed day, me call IMF, Ghana beyond aid. Adechia, without IMF we cannot sustain. And it's a near himself we can't sustain without IMF. What was the noise about?
Nana Addo say one for cancer near finance minister or born you know say. Papa, why I say they be on to me turning it back because or buy in the first time no. Papa yeah boy Juma papa. The ministers no so my yard intina resha for near dena on your cry. Finance minister de mobianka cry.
Okay.
Say boy Juma.
Mami kakra mfa ho. So President Kasa in the first term or boy Juma. The seasons were not the same. So you couldn't test maybe his efficacy. You couldn't test his efficiencies. You couldn't test and match his efficiencies against hard times and against normal times. And so I'll call it say now maybe I a better and yes be a but he's not used to this type of economy as we deal with the physical policies. But what I say, I respect and give him respect. Say yes. What try and I say Oguso try KOFI. I don't think say Obe minister be Obakasi oh me person me wrecking the economy of the country. I don't think Oforata that is his mind. But I'm also believing say Obia won areas, especially in economics, Obia won areas of strength. And Tibia when it was about the time and normal times, you know, he had very free flow and accustomed to smooth ride, so he was okay. But here's the challenging situation, challenging moments and challenging times. Now finding it difficult. So if a president brings that one, say, a unipana na year time I'm a first term no. But then your first term was without COVID. Then your first term was without what? Russian war. So now there's a real time. There's a case scenario. So that is should bring rather the strength and energies and the synergies, from the economic minister. Now on show dynamism, the economic approach. Now resolve some of the problems here, which I believe say are avoidable. Let us not forget, President say the expenditure are too overweighing and ballooned, especially the expenditure, as I keep on mentioning, the presidency, the presidential household, or the president's budget of the office of the president. KOFI is outrageous. Have you looked at that? Should it be the president to see that? Is the economic minister who should stop the bigger inflows to the presidency? Is the accountant general that's supposed to advise economic minister say the inflows na alcohol edosun? Because like I've always said, sikebia no free presidency ni tukwanya ediko outside of country the returns back. I stand to be corrected. Emma omukoji contingency budget beka ho. Na wo liki eho na sika no eko na mutukwan ye tukwan na scan no. How do you replenish the stock of the money that goes out? Yet kolebu e man da from ewo no de gu form. Yet konfanochi independent big gu form. So some of the monies are spending on presidential trips, you're spending it could have gone in to cool off and cool down some of these usual noises.
So now World Cup Ukraine, so, likely say we are the supporters.
Assume the no jubilating. So if you look at it from this angle, now out of whatever president said, Onyinedi, I will say again, once again, I can't show that, but when it comes to politics, I so like Nana Addo's type of politics. I don't like maybe his administration, his governance, administrative style, but when it comes to his politics, what does it mean? What it means, say, he has sworn to be by you and defend you and stand by you regardless of the noise of the public. That is politics. KOFI, I give it to him. I repeat, when it comes to political decision, whether bad or good, he will stand by you. And for that matter, no, on changing the minister, not any major reshuffle. Or say, me road minister, perfect. Me agric minister, hey, wonderful. Mr. Bawa, labor. How can I name it? Labor and employment, me employment be a idea courses administration. But Obubodin and or the economic minister can say, oh, you said the Juma Moye. You could change your mind then. What does it tell? It tells you, say, he has taken a political decision to remain and to keep by them until say obey free government. And any time beson. It is as simple as that. It did not one fad your kufu back home. And not the one fad your back home. But NDC, they subject and then be submit into any pressure. So NDC enka gidi kakra ba ye no koma reshuffling be 3 omunya politicians politicians MPP the pressure opposition two omso a adana wi na omtimi ya reshuffle be 2 ebi ko ye bi nkoyi na sa NDC otimi ya reshuffle one time yeah, because there's a heat. Nana Addo has shown political strength, but here is the case: a good political decision impacts a nation. But a bad political decision can only increase their vote and it targets winning next elections. And that is what the president does. That is what most Ghanaian presidents they take bad political decision just only to make sure say the thumbprint. But good political decisions, if it is a good political decision, maybe you see say no, Mr. Proyata is not bad. But he may need somebody or he may need other people to support. What does it mean? What it means in his head, or not from banking sector. And there's a difference between a banker who is an economist, and there's a difference between economic planner. So the banker will be dealing directly with the figures and the money and the profits and interests, but the economic planner will put holistic, like what I'm saying is yentimi ton tomatoes, yentimi ton nsuo, yentimi ton ginger because ginger so on fasioche cocoa, yentimi ton abrobe because obi dey abrobe more than cocoa maybe, yentimi ton a lot of things. Nobody Ghana have coffee obi anu to gold on daily basis. Enti gold no enhye da mayesika. E dey no obi atimi to bi, obi atimi to fruit di. Enti yamfa fruit the whole world yamfa encourage enka coffee with streets. Circle, Kaneshi, First Light, Medina, share country a road leading to your airport. Na coffee share a ma up to a ye ogbogwan a ye up to your friends. She ni pen nam kwa hon e tony adie. Over 1,500 every route that you turn around. From Kaswa Barrier to Kaswa Bridge, she ni pa ego. So, if all these things that I've made mention of, all these crops, sabani timito and rotona, why the big jack ne backyard land? And konko dua tomatoes, and onko dua pepper, no meton sabanji. Nan kon free street so no ne ba. Na omuda udu Kaneshi market wana. Hwekwa no ho. E ma ne nkra omuda ho. Oton nsuo, obi ton ahwede anaju 2 am. Kofi wan na koya ahwede. Me ya preku. Because they don't have alternative views to their life. They don't have other way. Into original Tom bread. Kofi sadly, Idra Najwa, 1 a.m. over to yes, AY bread. Over her Akrani beer 12 years, 13 years. Only mammy been a ton there. And a Paubeko school. In the Kofi Akrani Beko school, were born dead. And you know. And we have so much.
And I said the old king in Nano.
Yes.
I am with him. And Nana the old lady, and Trabana Crama, and Trabana. Or to say, Nano. Won't him for so baby at Toko.
Yes.
To Abana.
Nana is the more man. Oh, the penny political style. Because 2020, to Abana Nana. That was 2019. Campaign entering into 2020. Nana wouldn't deliver this speech. Never. Nyabutre ebi ye ahokyere oho me toto niama me make you sure. But Nana no say threat na na ehu na mu yi no. Enhya da nko area. Your choice is over to NDC and over to MPP. What does it mean? Nana knows very well say in 2 years time no wagin history e dey share no moto moko. What it means is say wabedi 8 years. And to another say the legacy he wants to live with MPP before so Becca say obenya 3rd term. NDC MPP enya 3rd term with makochi na nabebo no. Oko he comes into the Ghana history. Some say one of the presidents out of the 13 or 14 of Mabedia den also try an 8 years term. President Kufuor Jin 8, President Rollins Jin 8, President Mama and President Mills. I mean, funny currency. G8 ebom back to back omienu ena nana so nko abaji 8 and the sources I want to mind this MPP to hell with you, but that speech will go a bit way to affect and to hit MPP. The reason is very simple. Reason is podium na yes ano and okasa asano. I feel a bit sorry because ne stronghold Kumasi. And for that matter, people of Kwabre for no up to 99%. So if even they have grievances, if even they have complaints, yes, but sometimes a president, when you get a bit frustrated and you're overheated by the public outcry, sometimes your emotions flares up. In this regard, and then at all, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. But the honor, he spoke as a politician. But indeed, I think, when he comes back home, no refreshing memory, Nana would say, this is not me. But at the end of the day, the cat is already out of the bag. For me, what I think is the people of Kwabre, it will not change too much of the dynamics of the electoral results and election results of that area. Nana is very much aware. Because I'm looking at, NDC president and the can be bisa or Keta. It can never change the vote of who. it won't change the vote of Saturn. So Nana cleverly also knows say whatever that he did say, and I say they see or Ashanti region and for that matter constituency like Pabreno, it will still not change the results. Into Okayano, he said it in contest, say he voiced out his frustration, and you could tell us that the president in that regard was a bit frustrated. And a couple with the emotions that also drafted and engulfed him at the point, and the man in Kasasa, but not what that was standing, when him say, or say, we are at the tail end, or say, I'm committed to resolve some of these issues. And Timunya, but at that time, now I recognize it, the Okan say, be uncle, but I would say, politically, he was very boyish. Sometimes you need that.
Alright, you go so Kokonsa Krum and ya water edition, ya share issues, topical ones, and ye di home come or your name opening Farouk Wahab. Shannon so set tap send any cry say ma ye de enkomo air bro. Opesa woman is free quantum at the befia tap send and apa esa download. So mo your promotion also refer will be a man download tap sender your mouth double bonus and in Tikosuna use to tap send or US or UK or Canada or Europe. Baby or between you tap send at the sendisika abafie and inti muntu bi mu yeso $2 ne pounds ne euros no and fat tap send mu na monfa emrefie say the dollar na nya ho de no betumi be project ofie what the kakraba just says cement bon so akosoro nti ama akoye style bi but betumi to be at the aba fa tap send na entimi emwa